Hello, everyone. Welcome to the episode of Talking Trash with Trash Panda. Welcome back to the dumpster. And tonight, I figured, as just a sort of an impromptu thing, I wanted to preview Backlash. Maybe I'll start doing this more often, but I figured I got nothing else going on right now, so I'm gonna talk about Backlash. Backlash is taking place this year in Tampa Bay, Florida. Um, I'm sorry, in Tampa, not Tampa Bay. But so let's start with what I think is supposed to open. It's Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. This feud has been pretty hot going into Backlash, and I'm looking forward to this one. I think this match could steal the show for sure. I think there's a couple matches on this card. This card is stacked. But I think at the end of it, Braun Breaker is probably going to go over. I don't see Seth going over unless there's a plan for him to be World Heavyweight Champion by the end of the year. But I think it's going to go to Oba. So I think Braun Breaker is going to destroy Seth. I think that's going to be the story of the match. And I think Braun's going to win at the end of the day. It's probably going to be a shorter match because it's in the first hour. So you're probably going to get about maybe 12 minutes. But then I believe after that is I think it's Io Sky and Asuka. I could be wrong. But I think in that match in particular, I think Io's going to go over. I don't see any reason in continuing this feud. Kyrie's gone. I don't see any unless Kyrie returns at Backlash. I don't see any reason why Io should not go over. It just seems like it's the right move. So I think Io takes the win here. I think it's going to be an okay match. These two know each other very well, which gives them an advantage in this scenario. But I think talking about the feud, it's been there. It hasn't been the feud of Monday Night Raw, I'll tell you that much. So we'll see how that match goes. I think it's going to be okay. I don't have a lot of faith in it. I know Io's great. I know Asuka's great, but it's just I don't know how much time they're going to give this. And with WrestleMania how it was, I'm worried they're not going to give him a lot of time. So Io takes the win here. Next up, the Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn versus Carmelo Hayes. I want this thing to be done with Sami Zayn so bad. I don't give a fuck who wins as long as it's not Sami Zayn. It could be Carmelo Hayes. It can be Trick Williams. Sami Zayn has become the most boring thing on SmackDown, and I am just over it. So I hope Trick or Carmelo wins. I do think Trick retains. And I think it's going to be because of Sami Zayn's inept in this match. I do see Sami Zayn getting pinned and finally putting a nail in this coffin and then calling it a fucking day with these two. However, I don't think this feud between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams is over. I do think it's continuing. I do think we're going to have more Trick and Carmelo, and I do think it's going to get better. So I see Trick retaining here. I don't see any reason why Trick wouldn't retain. I think it's going to be a good show. I mean, it's going to be a good match because of Trick and Carmelo, but I'm worried about Sami Zayn being involved in it because I don't think he has a lot of good chemistry with either man. So I'm worried from that perspective. I don't expect much from this match. I don't expect it to be long at all, actually. Next up, the fun match of the night. And I'll give you my prediction for who I think is going to be his tag partner. It's going to be Miz and Kit Wilson versus Danhausen and To Be Determined. So I could see this being the fun match of the night. It could be a quick match, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be like the comedy match, Danhausen and all that. I think it's going to be a a decent match, though. I do think, even though it's going to be comedy, Miz can work, Kit can work, and I think Danhausen will be able to get enough in this bout to take the win here. I do think Danhausen wins. I think he and his partner. Now, I do think his partner is going to be Royce Keys. It's a SmackDown branded fight, so I just think it's going to be Royce Keys. If it's not Royce Keys, maybe R-Truth. I don't know. Or maybe it could be John Cena, and that's the history breaking news, is that he's coming out of retirement to help Danhausen. I mean, I don't know. But again, I think this could be a quick match. I think it's going to be a kind of like a fun little squash. I do think Danhausen wins, though. I think he pins The Miz. And I don't know if their feud's going to end tonight on Saturday, but it could. It very well could. So let's get into the main event. Now the match everyone's talking about, the match that I think is going to probably steal the show, rightfully so. Two guys that I think can put on a great match. They just haven't had a chance to work together yet. We saw it a little bit in the War Games match with Punk and Roman and Jimmy J against the New Bloodline. And I do think this match is going to get time. I hope this match gets time, because if you let these two work, you give them the time they need, this could turn out to be a really, really good main event for Backlash. Both men, I mean, they mesh so well in the ring. Jacob Fatu's kind of brawler, senton-esque offense. This and now with the Tongan death grip, I think it's going to come down to the wire. Roman Reigns being Roman Reigns, Roman tells a great story in the ring. You look at WrestleMania against Punk. Everything Punk threw, it wasn't enough. And everything Roman threw, it wasn't enough until the very end where Punk's body gave out. Roman's great at telling a story in the ring. He was trained that way. He's better in the ring than he is on the microphone. So I'm looking forward to this match. This card is stacked, but this is by far the cherry on top, because I do think these two are going to put on a show, because I don't think Jacob Fatu is winning. They're every bit of my fiber of my being wants him to win, because I want the World Heavyweight Championship to go to Jacob Fatu. However, I don't believe it's going to happen. I believe that Roman Reigns is going to retain. I don't know if it's going to be clean. And if it's bloodline shenanigans, I'm going to be a little upset, because I don't think the bloodline should get involved. And if they do, I want Jacob to kill both of them with a Tongan death grip or something to take them both out. Because, in my opinion, I think that's the way it should be. It should come down to Roman and Fatu. It should be backs against the wall. Can Roman handle the Samoan werewolf? Throughout this feud, Jacob Fatu's been on top the entire time, which is why I do not believe Jacob Fatu's going over, unfortunately. Because I've heard rumors Roman has cut dates in June, which worries me about the World Heavyweight Championship. It is odd not having Cody on this card. It is odd not having Punk on this card. But I think with the runs they've been on, Cody's probably not 100% yet, but they're probably setting up for Cody Gunther at some point. But I'm worried because of the ads that they're going to cut times again. Now, this is only a 5-6 card night, but WrestleMania was the same way. It starts at 6. It's probably going to end at 9 or 10, probably 9:30 like WrestleMania night 2. I just hope it's not like a speed run. If you're going to have a good show, I want it to flow, and I think I hope with these matches they'll be able to do that. I do think it's going to be a good show, and I'll give my review after the fact, but I am worried about the ads, and that's the only thing that hinders it. These guys, they know how to work. The people that are on this card know how to work. That is not the issue. It's the TKO side of things. So I hope that it doesn't overwhelm Backlash, and I hope this doesn't become a thing of PLEs for WWE, because then it would be the exact opposite of AEW. AEW struggles every week with weekly television. They're starting to hit their stride, and if they do hit their stride, they'll be good because their PLEs are A tier, S tier. They put on hell of PLEs. I mean, they are phenomenal PLEs. And you can ask anybody about that. They are a much better PLE company than they are weekly television based on the ratings alone. But yeah, I think in the main event, Roman Reigns takes the win. If it's clean, I hope it's a decisive one. I hope Roman, and it makes Roman look like your tribal chief, an unbeatable force, so that when Oba does beat Roman Reigns, it's a big fucking deal. So, because I do believe Oba Femi will be facing Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That's probably because he's probably going to win King of the Ring, and then he'll face him at SummerSlam, much like Punk and Gunther last year. It's going to be the same type of fight feel, I hope. But yeah, this card is good. Like I said, I'll run through who I think is going to win again. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Trick Williams will retain. Io will beat Asuka. Danhausen's team will win. And Roman Reigns will retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, if I'm on the money or if you think I'm a bit off. I can definitely see where I could be off a bit with this. Then again, I'm not really tapped into SmackDown as much as I used to be, because it's just not been good enough for me to take the time to watch. As much as I love wrestling, it's, if there's something else better on, I'll watch that or I'll do something else. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's gonna be a good show? Do you think it's gonna be the same way with ads like WrestleMania? And is this the future of PLEs in WWE? What is the history-breaking news? That is the big question in my eyes. As we roll into SmackDown tomorrow, we'll see how the go-home show goes. But there's not really many SmackDown, other than Carmelo Hayes and Trick and Sammy, there's not really many go-home segments. I mean, yes, they're probably going to talk about Cody Gunther, but it's a bit late to add a Backlash match. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think it's going to be a great show or not. I hope it's a good show. I hope it's a rebound off of WrestleMania, and I hope that we go forward and we continue on here and on a run after night 2. Like I said, my fear is the ads, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming back to the dumpster. If you've enjoyed, leave a like, and if you find yourself coming back every so often, go ahead and subscribe. You're coming back anyway. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for RCW, and then again probably Sunday for my Backlash review, and then Tuesday for the Monday Night Raw review. So thank you all, and have a great night.